Hi, good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Nikki Strachen, and joining me and speaking today is Latia Snyder. Just
Hi,
say
everyone.
hi.
Hello.
So, before I start, I do just want to give a quick intro on VA Central. Of course, Latia and I work for VA Central. We're both client success managers. And VA Central was started in the pandemic. So our MD, Sanjay Gandhi, he's quite well known in the estate agency industry. He's been in the industry for 17 years, and he owns two estate agencies. And so 6 years ago, he decided to use virtual assistants in his own company. And it's obviously went really great. And with the pandemic, people started reaching out to him and asking him, how can we do the same? And that's when VA Central was born. So VA Central has been running since then. And in our own estate agency, we run with 70% on the ground staff with 70% VAs with 30% on the ground staff. So we know estate agency and we know VAs. And so the topic we are discussing is grow your estate agency in the current market. It is, of course, a challenging market, and we want to help position you in such a way that clients is going to be choosing you instead of your competitors. So we are first going to start with the foundation of what is a VA, and then we'll move over onto the topic. So Latia will just start with us.
Hi, everyone. So yes, first off, what is the VA exactly? Well, the VA is somebody that can do anything that does not require them to be physically present. And we all know that to run a successful business, you need to do marketing, accounting, sales, etc. And it's sometimes difficult to do everything well all the time. And that's where a VA is highly beneficial to help you better your work-life balance.
Yeah, and just looking a little bit more into exactly what tasks a VA can do. So it does fall into two main categories, which is your technical side and then, of course, your administrative side. So looking specifically at estate agencies, the technical side would be, doing your website, web development, video editing, and then, of course, things like social media marketing, digital marketing. And then your administrative tasks. That's going to be more, you can do something like a personal assistant, or we can do more specialized roles in your estate agency. For example, sales and lettings administration. And then we can even do sales progression, and then something like property management as well. So we can go a little bit more specialized when it does come to VAs. And I think a lot of clients are actually very surprised when they find out that we don't only do general admin, we actually do specialized roles as well.
Yes. So next up, we're going to run to the objectives. And that is basically areas that estate agents are missing due to not realizing the importance thereof. In a challenging market, you want to position yourself in such a way that clients will be choosing you from your competitors, as Nikki mentioned earlier. And first up, we are going to discuss lead generation. So fun fact, in 2021 and 2022, the first-time home buyers were mostly millennials. Millennials do everything online. They want to go visit a new restaurant, Google reviews. They want to go stay in a new place, Google reviews. Go to a new hairdresser, Google reviews. And also choose an agent. Yes, choose an estate agent to help them buy or sell a property. They're going to go through Google. So your digital marketing has to be on point, whether it's your website, Google, your SEOs, video carousel ads, analytics, and of course then your organic reach as well, your Google reviews. Everything has to be on point and everything has to be consistent. You do not want to be on the second page of a Google search. You want to be on the first page and you want to be on top. So having a lead generation VA that does all of this for you is key. I mean, it still allows you to then also free up more time to go do what you do best. And that's being out there, doing on-site valuations and building more face-to-face relationships with your prospective clients.
Yeah, and so, you did just cover the digital marketing side of lead generation, but, getting a lead generation specialist VA that will be working more on the administrative side of things, I mean, who has time to go out and ask clients for Google reviews? I mean, it is something quick to do, but, it's always that thing that falls at the bottom of the to-do list because it's just not the most pressing matter. So that's something a lead generation specialist can do. Also can have a look at market updates, working on your database, emails, phone calls. That's the administrative side also of lead generation that we would be able to assist with. And then next point is, building client relationships. So 45%, which is almost half of UK clients, changed which agencies they allocated work to. And just 10% of buyers said reputation was a key factor in keeping a business front of mind. So gone are the days where you are getting all your customers based on the fact that your business has been running for 20 years. You could be established in your area for only a year, but if you have strong client relationships, that's when clients are going to choose you. And there are two factors when they do make their decision. Number one is the level of expertise that you do or do not offer. But number two, most relevant deciding factor is the relationship they have formed with you. And, I know millennials, they do prefer having a strong relationship because they feel, they don't want to be sold to. They want to know that you care about them. They want to know that you're not only in it to reach into their pockets, and get business out of them, but you actually care about them. So building client relationships do take time. And, if you are up to your head in admin, you're not getting to building proper client relationships. So either get someone that can handle your administration for you so that you can focus on your client relationships, or again, get someone like a lead generation specialist, or even, handling your office admin that can just reach out to clients, build those relationships, make sure they're happy, because that is what's going to result into further business for your company.
Yeah. And if I might add to that, Nikki, when you get a VA from us handling your client relationships for you or helping you with administrative tasks on hand, the VA is bespoke for your business. It's not a network of VAs that's working with 50 other clients like some of the outsourced companies that you might be using to take messages when you're busy and things like that as well. They are based on your business and your business only. So they can also help you nurture those clients, because a client might not only be a client one time either. They can come back again and again, and they can also refer you to other clients. So it's very important to keep those relationships on point.
So true. Yeah.
And then going hand in hand with building relationships is online presence. Online presence is so important. You need to be consistent at all times. You don't just have to be, it doesn't just have to be work related. People want to relate to you on a different level. So, when you're on your socials, whether you're taking a walk or you got 400 reviews and you popped up a balloon to celebrate that online, like one of our clients did, people see the authentic raw side of you as well. And it also becomes more of a personal relationship because they can relate to you on a different level. So that is also definitely very, very important. One of my favorite examples of somebody that's really great with his online presence is Josh Teslin, who's a renowned estate agent in Australia. He is a millennial, so he really relates to the market, but he actually broke the record last year of selling the most properties in a year. And it's purely because of his absolute amazing marketing skills. Not only is he constantly present on his socials, on Facebook, in Instagram, he has chats that he checks in with his vendors on a daily basis. He sponsors the local school sports teams. His face is on every bus stop in his area. He hosts coloring competitions and much, much more. And no, he doesn't do it all himself. He has people that does it for him. And again, this is where a VA would be ideal for your business. While you're out doing what you do best, they can manage your online presence for you.
Yeah, people want to relate to you. So, really, you have to be posting on the regular. And, Latia and, we had a conversation with a client last week who actually stopped his socials because he felt that other parts of his business were starting to fall behind. And he just said, well, we're going to have to put a stop to this because, I can't do everything half. And,
He doesn't want to deliver bad service. Yes.
Yes, and that's actually frightening, because it is vital that you do have a strong online presence. If you do look at that example of just Teslin, and then also just a great statistic that we did also put on here: 90% of social media users have already connected with a brand or business through their chosen platform. If you are not active on socials, that could be LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, you are, effectively losing out on a lot of people that want to reach you that way and get to know you that way. Getting to know you on your online presence. And then, speedy communication, that's something we'd also love to discuss. So now you've got your socials up and running because you've got your VA doing all of that for you. But now you've got all these inquiries coming in, and you're not getting to your inquiries. And this is very, very important. So if you do not respond to an inquiry within 10 minutes, the conversion rate drops by 80%. So 80% of clients you've lost within the first 10 minutes if you do not respond. And I used to be an estate agent myself. I can really put up my hand here and say I've been guilty of, not responding as soon as a client gives an inquiry, because, you've got too much to do. I mean, you've got to just quickly send off this contract, or you have to, I don't know, get back to this email. But there's a lot to do. All estate agents would, relate to that. So
Yes.
you have to be responding to inquiries. So if you get a VA to handle this, you've got that off your plate. But it's really, really important to get that done.
Yes, and if I might add to this, I know, again, like I mentioned earlier, some of you used outsourced businesses to help you, when you're out of the office, to answer your calls and send you another email that just drops into your inbox with the other 50 unread emails that you haven't been able to get to because you're too busy. So having a VA that focuses on this, who you can then convert the phone to when all your negs are out the office as well, can also prioritize between what is really important and what is not as important. Simple example, say for a property management role or within the letting side of things, if a tenant calls in and says he's got a blocked drain, advising him, to at least try a drain blocker or something like that. But if a tenant calls in and says his geyser bursts or his geyser burst, to jump on that WhatsApp chat immediately and let you know that there's an emergency that we need to sort out. They really can differentiate between what's really important and what's not. And it's not just another email that pops into your inbox. And this is also a seed that we have now planted, an additional service that we would love to bring on board. So if you are interested in something like this going forward, please also reach out to us so we can see how much interest is actually there at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also what would be nice about that kind of service is actually knowing the staff. So if John is away on annual leave and someone's calling in for John, then you say, oh, I'll ask John to get back to you. But if you know the people, John is on leave, you can immediately say, listen, John's not in. Can I get someone else to assist you? And that would be a benefit of the service that we are looking to provide.
Yeah, and John didn't get an email 2 weeks from now when he got back from holiday. Anyway, so next up, statistics. So globally, businesses spend $700 billion on outsourcing in 2020, and is expected to spend an additional $31 billion in 2023. Insane amounts. Again, it gives you an idea of what some companies, maybe you yourself, are spending on outsourced businesses to get certain things done in office. One of our clients was outsourcing parts of her marketing to over 5 different suppliers and spending over £3,000 a month, not knowing that she could get one VA to cover everything she was outsourcing for half the price, less than half the price. So that's another way that you can get a VA on board with you. They are, again, bespoke for your needs, and they can save you a lot of money on outsourcing costs.
Absolutely. And so, just want to have a look at, everything we've discussed. Okay, you can get an administrative or social media or lead generation VA, but how much time do they need to spend in your business to actually make a difference? And so all of the roles we have suggested, we do believe that a half day or a full day, would definitely be enough to help your business grow in those specific areas. So yeah, admin, social media, lead generation. We, like Latia said, we do get bespoke VAs. They are experienced within the roles that they do come in. So it's usually about 3 to 5 years experience. And then we do follow a very strict vetting process. So all candidates, before we do put them forward to you, have gone through this vetting process. We do the background checks. And then ultimately, you choose also which candidates you would like to interview. So yes, you are involved in the interview process because this person's going to be working with you on the daily. And you do need to build a strong relationship because they're going to be getting to know you and getting to know your clients. So you do ultimately decide, which VA you're going to work with. And, I just want to also mention, earlier this week, we had a VA that posted a surprise video that she actually received from her client, which is Ben Madden.
Fabulous.
Yes, Ben Madden from Fine and Country Chiswick. So they decided they are going to put a surprise video together for Tamsin Bissett, which is the VA. She's head of operations, and they just wanted to congratulate her for completing a full year working with them. And, just watching that video and seeing the personalized messages that they were sending her and just really thanking her for her contribution to the company was absolutely wonderful and was really a testament to what it is working with a VA. It's not, we don't have this entire network of VAs and you're working with a different person every day. You're actually working with one person who is dedicated to your company, and they do eventually, become a part of your work family.
Yes,
so
it's just like having someone in office. It's the same as having someone in office. They're just not in office, but the relationship can be exactly the same. I mean, look at Bronwyn. Bronwyn was Sanjay's VA first before VA Central even started, and she's been working with him for over 6 years. She is now the ops manager of VA Central. I think she literally knows his blood type. She knows, everything about Sanjay, and they've never met each other face to face. Everything's been virtual. She knows his account details. You name it. She runs the show for him. And they've never met each other face to face. So, yes, it is possible to build such a strong relationship with your VAs. Another great example, lovely Tonya just got bought out by her client, Hemingford, and she's now working directly for them. So you always have that option going forward as well. If you love your VA, you want to keep him or her forever, you can actually take them on board with you indefinitely. So there's so many different options to look at. And again, just testimony of how amazing the relationships actually are with a remote worker. It's not strange at all. It's actually pretty fabulous.
Yeah, and Tonya actually met Rose, Rose Parsons from Hemingford's. So they decided they're going to pay, a little trip for Tonya to go visit them. And we got some wonderful photos of the team meeting each other.
But yes, that was balloons and surprises and hugs.
Yes,
and just so much love.
I know
it was amazing.
Tonya also took quite a few South African snacks through, chutney and yeah. But anyway, fantastic. So yeah. So we do just want to open the floor for any questions that anyone might have that we can assist with. We don't have too much time to answer questions. And then any unanswered questions we will answer afterwards. So if there are any questions, please comment now. Okay, I think what we can do, Latia, is let's just possibly look at some general questions because you and I are client success managers. We get all the questions all day long. So, one of the most common questions, of course, is what does it cost?
Well, when it comes down to the costing, I mean, we have different packages, but like we mentioned before, the VA is bespoke for your business, and there are different hourly rates or different times that you can take them. So full day, half day, more experienced. Do you need a graphic designer, or is it just a sales administrator? So there are different options to choose from, but the best way to actually discuss this would be on a obligation-free virtual coffee with myself and Nikki, so we can really diagnose your business and see where you need help most, and then we can go according to that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then I think also another common question that we do get is just how to manage a VA.
Manage. I was going to ask the same. Yes, a lot of clients ask that, Nikki. What is your take on that one?
Well, I mean, it's actually quite basic and simple if you just know how. Zoom call, free and easy. WhatsApp, again, quick, free and easy. So it's just about, setting time apart to meet on Zoom. And then, of course, quick communication over WhatsApp. And then also a really nice thing that VA Central does is our VAs send an end of day report. And that end of day report, you can see exactly what tasks your VA got up to by the hour, which is a great way of managing them and sitting at the end of the day and saying, okay, you've spent so much time in this, let's have a chat about it. Or maybe we can spend a little bit more time there, and there. So that's a really great way of managing your VA. But I do see we have reached our time limits. Looks like we had quite a bit to say, Letitia.
Yes, I wanted to add one more thing. I just want you to also know that you are not limited to only having a certain amount of duties for a VA. Your VA might start with a certain type of experience within your business, like say admin. But I had a lovely catch up with one of my clients yesterday who started her VA as a lettings administrator, trained her into a property manager, and she started doing some newsletters and socials for her, basic socials on the side. And now she's putting on a course to, expand her knowledge on becoming a social media specialist. So also remember that you are not limited to only having them for a certain amount of duties. They are always more than willing and excited to grow with you within your business. And it's almost like two birds with one stone at the end of the day. 2 VAs, 1 budget. You can grow them with you. So always keep that in mind as well.
Yeah. No, I agree. And you don't have to stick to one role. When it comes to more specialized roles, though, I would say, for example, technical and admin, don't mix the two.
Personalities clash, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if the client does want really basic socials, but then again, who wants basic socials? If you want to be standing out, getting clientele from your socials and making sure that you are maximizing those platforms, then it's better to get a professional that knows what they are doing when they are doing your schedules, posting schedules and your ads, budgeting. You definitely want someone, that's specialized. But when it comes to the admin side of things, that's when it's for example, someone doing lettings admin and sales admin, we can combine them. We do, again, recruit according to what you need. So we will get someone that will be able to do both for you. But yeah, so that's all for today. Letitia, I don't know if you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, just if you have any questions and you just want to find a little bit more, not necessarily ready yet, but might consider it, please check in with myself and Nikki. We would love to meet you on a virtual coffee. Just have a nice chat with you and see where we can help you manage your time and your money better.
Yeah, so our contact information is on the screen. Of course, you are also welcome to reach us on LinkedIn if that is easier for you. We do look forward to possibly having that virtual coffee with you. And then that's all for today. Thank you again so much for joining. We look forward to seeing you in the next webinar.